next day they called and said I had won a scholarship,
Yeah.
and I refused it. And then Peggy Jo went down to seminary, and I don't even know where we even parted there, but we did. And the next day I thought, I think I should call and ask. No, I didn't even call. I just decided I should go down to seminary and see what's going on there. And I went down. I told somebody this the other day, and I said, I walked into seminary, and I was thinking of going to some in the western part of Virginia, a little college, but I wanted to go to William and Mary. And I walked into seminary, and oh, you ought to see seminary now. It's like, boom, that area has taken over that, the attitude of that whole area. And I walked into seminary, came around the corner and walked in, and Dean Adams was there. He was tall, he had white hair, he was from New England, he was the dean. And I said, Dean Adams, I wonder if by any chance I could have the scholarship that I won yesterday. Could I have it today? And he said, come with me in the office. Boom, and I was, the next thing I know, I was in a chemistry class. The next thing I know, I was going to William and Mary with all scholarship.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredible, but I was led just one thing after another, because I was, in a sense, taken totally away from Wyoming Valley, the whole shebang up there, which was so much different. It was a lot of what's coming in here right now. Different attitudes, different countries coming into this area, And but I just that was something. I have probably even somewhere in West Pittston, in some things, I probably have some of the papers that were stashed away in the house in West Pittston. I wonder if the house is burned down, they're all gone. But if it's still there, I bet you some of that stuff is still there.
There might be, yeah.
Like history,
Yeah.
Because I remember what Westbrook went through. I mean, he was at Camp Akahela, then he was at this, then he was at that. Through one thing through another, and
Yeah.
I don't know what he did in keeping notes, but Westbrook was a linguist.
Yeah.
So they're probably all in some foreign language, But he knew all these different languages. And can I tell you something?
Sure.
I miss him and Cam so much.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of languages with Westbrook and Cameron following him,
Yeah.
And when I went to William and Mary, I knew a lot of languages. I mean, I didn't speak them all, but I knew a lot of stuff like that because he gave it all to me.
Yeah.
And in his love, his love of wandering through the woods and knowing all about the animals and the birds and this and then he went all over the world after that,
Yeah.
It isn't going to be the way this world's going, and it isn't going to be too long before we see some of those folks again, I believe.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think so too, Mom.
I think Westbrook, Cameron's eyesight was worse. Westbrook was good, but I think if Westbrook was handsome then, he's going to be a humdinger now.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think about him a lot. I don't dwell on it, but I know. And Poppy and Mamaw.
Yeah.
I'm always telling people about their artistic abilities. Now that's weird, but
Yeah.
that was a real time between those people.
Yeah.
My mom and dad getting together as artists, and
Yeah.
she was in the kitchen cooking, taking care of a diabetic grandmother, and he was going off. Did Josh ever show you that thing that he has? It's on something.
You mean where he pulls up pictures of Poppy and stuff like that, or?
It has to do with where Poppy went to all these different.
Yeah.
Way over where Winnie is now.
Yeah.
Writing.
Yeah.
She's been digging up some of his stuff on the western part of the country.
Right.
I didn't know anything
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
I knew where he went artistically because I was younger and I went with him and Mamaw,
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about that and very little about Canada. I knew when he went to Canada because he was crippled and he went up there to try to get healed,
Yeah. Poppy did?
he went up there to try to get healed, and when he